You probably know Dave Ramsey, but if you are not in the financial services industry, you may not be aware of how Dave Ramsey is viewed by financial planners and financial experts. Now, Dave Ramsey is spot on many things and gives excellent advice. But there are some things that Dave says that are simply wrong and even financially dangerous. Now, I have a few video clips here from some other advisors.
$1 million should create for you an $80,000 income, boys and girls, perpetually, forever. The problem is when you go down these stupid nerd rabbit holes in these Reddit threads with these morons who live in their mother's basement with a calculator.
Dave has lost the plot. If you rely on an 8% safe withdrawal rate, as Dave says, it only has a success rate that's less than 40%. Is that what you want to build your financial future off of?
So I've got some other video clips here, and then I will conclude with some of my own thoughts.
Ask any financial advisor, and most of us will cringe when you bring up Dave Ramsey. Look, give the man credit where credit is due. He has done a tremendous job of coaching thousands of people to better money management. He has created an impressive financial wellness program, written best-selling books, hosted a number of podcasts and radio shows. The list goes on and on. And you know what? Most of the time, he gets it right. Unfortunately, as a celebrity with a large platform, Dave is in the unenviable position of providing abbreviated financial advice on complicated matters to the masses, which certified financial planners know is virtually impossible. And occasionally, he gets it wrong. Very wrong. Which is what happened earlier this month and why your financial advisor is mad at Dave Ramsey. To provide some context, on his show, he responded to a caller's question about a safe withdrawal rate. Withdrawal rate refers to the percentage of your nest egg you can pull out as income every year. A safe withdrawal rate is the amount of money you can pull every year and not run out of money before a reasonable mortality age. Dave walks through a terribly bad math example that illustrates why he believes, realistically, everyone should be perfectly comfortable drawing 8% of their portfolio on a yearly basis, using the assumption that the annual return is 12%. For decades, the rule of thumb has been 4% is a safe withdrawal rate. Dave absolutely blasts us as morons. He says, goobers have put this 4% crap in the market and I'm just irate. To be clear, I am a moron that created a video saying that many believe even a 4% withdrawal rate is too high these days. I am not going to recreate the math. Others have done that exceedingly well, Think Advisor. Google it. My issue is the assumption that your portfolio should earn 12% per year. But the greatest atrocity is the assertion that every person should be invested in a 100% equity portfolio, nay, a 100% S&P 500 portfolio. I don't care if an unlicensed radio personality wants to call me a moron, a goober, a super nerd living in my mom's basement with no investments of my own. I don't care that our industry's analysis by paralysis pisses him off. Do you know what pisses me off? The fact that, thanks to Dave Ramsey, thousands of people are now under the assumption they should be invested in the most risky, volatile investment strategy there is and should accept nothing less than a 12% annual return. Dave then goes to reference his own strategy and investment portfolio that has done just that, which is his Achilles heel when providing financial advice, trying to give advice based on his own personal situation. Guess what, Dave? You said yourself, you don't need your nest egg. You earn more than $30 million a year and have an estimated net worth of more than $250 million. You can afford to take the risk of a 100% S&P 500 portfolio because you are not having to tap into it when the market drops 30% in a year. The crux of the matter is this. Dave is viewed as a subject matter expert in personal finance. A nation of people, including our clients, listen to his financial advice. And yet, he is not a licensed financial advisor, which means he is not regulated by the SEC, he does not have a compliance department, and he cannot be held liable for false advertising or overpromising investment returns. So, he can go on his show and ridicule our community and frankly give terrible advice, and at the end of the day, we have to clean up the mess and re-educate our clients. It's like playing a football game where the referees can only flag and call penalties on one team. So yeah, that's why we're mad. Dave Ramsey is a professional entertainer masquerading as a financial advisor, which means I believe he has a responsibility for adhering to at least some of the standards the rest of the industry is. That's it for this week. This is Jeannie, the 401k lady.
Why do you think Dave Ramsey can be so right on so many things when it comes to getting out of debt, and he's helped so many Americans, but he can at the very same time be so wrong on? I mean, let's face it. If his listeners believe that they can get 12%, that they should have 100% bonds, 100% stocks, no bonds, get 12% linearly year over year, take 8% distributions, they're only going to save about half as much as they really should save between now and they retire, and they're going to be in for some rude awakening. So on the one hand, he does a great job of helping get people motivated to get out of debt and, get on the path to financial independence. But at the same time, he's giving them some pretty crazy advice in terms of retirement planning strategy. How do you explain that contradiction?
Certified financial Pharisees types, they go bananas on that calculation.
That's us, I guess. The certified financial Pharisees is what he called us? Dave, we are friends, Dave.
It sounds...
Now, to be clear, I like Dave Ramsey. I would consider myself a fan. I've listened to him on the radio for literally decades. And he's done a lot of good in the world in helping people to get out of debt and to be responsible with their finances. And I don't want to diminish that. But there are some things that he says, and he says them with passion, and he really doubles down on some issues that they're simply not accurate. And so now this most recent statement that he made regarding the safe withdrawal rate, I have an article here, 3 PhDs that responded to Dave and wrote an article with detailed explanation of why he's wrong and how drastically he is wrong. And so I'm going to put a link below so you can read that article if you'd like. But this is not just one issue. There are several things that Dave says that I would consider outdated and inaccurate information. And so you just want to be careful when you're listening to information come across the radio waves or even a YouTube channel. Again, I'm going to put a link to that article below. I think it's worth reading. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of the Financial Fast Lane.